I would now like to introduce contestant number 2, Pritesh Chandra. Speech title, To Sink or to Rise. Speech title, To Sink or to Rise, Pritesh Chandra.
December 1998. Clear blue skies outside. Inside, we were freezing. With thick blankets wrapped around us, we all huddled together in almost our empty house. Christmas was only days away, but for us, the joys of Christmas seemed miles apart. Days before, we had just landed from the Fiji Islands in search of a better future. A future that looked grim. I asked myself the question, if my life were to be a book and I was the author, how would I want it to end? To sink or to rise and inspire others? Contest Chair, fellow risers, throughout history we have heard of people moved from place to place, country to country, in search of a better future. My parents did the same. It was a struggle to settle into a foreign land. We were scared to go from one place to the other because we thought we'd get lost. For us, it was even a battle to get used to the cold toilet seats. And for those who may be driving around that time, I sincerely do apologize for the white 1980 Nissan Bluebird that would barely go over 50 kilometers per hour on the motorway. Our struggles were plenty. Our options were few. However, we had strong parents who had decided to move to New Zealand for a better future for us, their children. We had parents who believed in attaining success through hard work. I still remember the day when I approached my parents and told them 1 year university fee for my education, 20,000 New Zealand dollars, because I'd be considered an international student. My mum, with tears rolling down her eyes, who is much shorter than me, hugged me and said, "Son, you study and I'll pay for you." How could I? That was more than half our family income. But that's when I realized the love of my mother. My mother worked very hard. She did 12-hour shifts, 6 days a week, almost losing her health to support our family of 5. My dad couldn't find a job, so he stayed at home supporting us emotionally. My sisters, 5 and 11, were also struggling to fit in. They couldn't make friends in school, therefore they were lonely and easy target for bullies. Only later I found out that they'd go to bed crying, but they wouldn't tell our parents because they didn't want to discourage them. As for me, the bright future, the university education that we had come for, was nowhere in sight. Emotionally, I was breaking apart. We were living like outsiders, recent arrival, new to the scene, but we knew no was not an option. The words of the famous football player, Pelé, played in my head, and I quote, "Success is no accident. It is hard work. It is perseverance. It is sacrifice. It is learning and studying." Unquote. I decided to take short courses in IT And a few months later, before I was 20, we had a breakthrough. Yay! I had my first job. Barely ideal. I was working from a garage, from a messy, damp, home-based business doing IT support. But woohoo! I grabbed it with both hands because now our family had a second income. We worked hard, stuck together, encouraging each other in every step of the way as we embraced our season of challenges. Through these challenges, our confidence grew. And with our confidence, things started to slowly fall in place. Our once empty house was filling up again. 4 years later, I married a wonderful woman, Shivani. Of course, we had our fair share of challenges, but we knew with each challenge there were two options: to sink or to rise. One day after a little disagreement, Shivani came to me and said, "Pritesh, talking to you is like talking to a brick wall. You barely say anything. I've researched and there's something called Toastmasters and you should join." Friends, the seed of Toastmasters was planted in me that night. And it took 5 years for it to germinate when I finally joined Toastmasters. Toastmasters allows me to enhance my communication skills, my listening skills, but more so, with each speech, it allows me to discover myself. And this morning, as I stand before you, I realize that as children, we keep close to our hearts the things we see and experience while growing up. The hard work, the perseverance of my parents builds this strong foundation of strength within me to work hard and to succeed. And I'm grateful for Toastmasters, for this platform, as I aspire to use the challenges of my family to motivate others who may be going through their own challenges. In conclusion, if your life were to be a book and you were the author, how do you want it to finish? Maybe you as an individual or you as a family are going through a time of chaos, a time where nothing makes sense, a time where everything you do doesn't seem to work. Let me encourage you to not give up. Face your challenges, as it's through these challenges that you'll build endurance. Through endurance you build character, and it is this character within you that'll help you to grow roots to fight any storm and not to sink, but to rise. Thank you.